Today we are driving the brand new Opel Grandland. This is the 2024-2025 model, and in this video we will talk about how is to drive this new Grandland. It comes in a few different versions. It comes as a full electric, it comes as a mild hybrid, which we have today, and it comes as a plug-in hybrid. I hope I can test also the electric version and plug-in hybrid version, but for the moment today we have the mild hybrid. I have also separate video if you want to see the static review, interior, exterior, material quality. There I go in more detail so you can find out more information about the car, like the space, multimedia system, all the technical data and so on. Definitely check out that video. In this video we will focus also on driving, suspension, consumption, how the mild hybrid plus system work, because it's a special system. It's kind of a mild hybrid plus system which allow you to drive in electric mode as well, which is really interesting in comparison with a kind of classic mild hybrid system. So stay with me in this video because it will be really interesting. The version that I have with me is the GS version, and it comes with those 19-inch which looks so good, and it's also kind of aerodynamic. You can see they are kind of close. It looks really good. They are alloy wheels. We have winter tires, by the way. On the rear the car comes with normal brake discs, on the front with ventilated brake discs, and yeah, the car looks basically lovely. To be honest, it's a big improvement from the previous Grandland. It's also a little bit longer, not a little bit, 17.3 centimeters longer. It's also wider and also taller. You have more space. The wheelbase, it's also a little bit bigger, which helped the car have a good stability, and we will test this on the highway and also on the city today. This is the key, by the way. It comes with keyless entrance. If you come close to the car, you don't have to press any button. It will unlock for you. Electric folding mirrors, those are the handles. This is the interior of the GS version, which came with those super nice seats. You can see right here, GS. It's a textile material plus some ecological leather on the side. The seats are semi-automatic or semi-manual because the only electric adjustment are for lumbar position down here and also for this area up and down. Otherwise, normal pedals, even though we have the GS version. Let me go inside. I like very much this layout of the dashboard, and because the car is built in Germany, you can definitely see that. I mean, everything you touch, everywhere you look, everything seems to be very well made, and this is something that I like very much. Before I show you a few functions and start driving, I want to give you some technical data about the car. So the version that I have with me, as I said, is the hybrid version. It is the mild hybrid. What mean mild hybrid? It means it has one electric motor and also a 48-volt battery, which help the petrol engine, and also it's able to drive in electric mode up to 1 kilometer. So with the range, this is the range of the battery, 1 kilometer, but of course it's not always like 1 kilometer and then it stops. It's just mixing. The car will choose automatically how to drive, but the good part is that you are able to drive only in electric mode for certain distance, which is incredible in the city, and we will test that today. The price of the car is very good. The starting price is 33,999 for a mid-size SUV. It's a good price. Also here in Romania for this car you have 357 euro discount, so the price will be 33,642 euro, which is a very good price. Of course, we don't have the options, and we will talk about that as we go in the video. It comes with a 1.2 liter 3 cylinders in line. It's a front wheel drive, by the way. Also combined with 6-speed e-DCT automatic transmission. 28 horsepower is the electric motor, in total 136 horsepower, 230 newton meters. You will see, and I will explain you about that in a second. Top speed 202 km per hour, 10.2 seconds 0 to 100. CO₂ emission 123 grams. Consumption around 5.5 liter. We will test that. Fuel tank capacity 55 liters. The weight of the car 1,530 kilograms. Also turning circle, it's pretty good, 10.9 meter. It comes with MacPherson independent suspension on the front and torsion beam on the rear. Drag coefficient is 0.28, and the battery capacity is a 0.43 kilowatt hour battery, 48 volt lithium battery. Other than that, I don't think it makes any sense to to stay more here. I will leave the technical data and all the information in the description of the video just in case you want to find out. Let me explain you a few things, and then as we drive I will give you even more information about the car. First of all, here we have shift by wire transmission, so from here you can definitely switch in drive, in reverse. You have also this M button here. What this M button mean? M button mean that you put it in manual. When you put it in manual, you have those pedals behind the steering wheel. You can see you have two pedals to change the gears manually if you want to do that. Let me put it back in park. I really like this shift by wire transmission, and I really like how nice they integrate it here in this gray mat. It looks really good, much better than glossy plastic. Here we have physical button for different driving modes. You can change different driving modes super simple from here, so you can go sport, normal and eco mode. We will test all those modes, and it comes with electronic handbrake. Doesn't come with auto hold, but I have a trick for you. I will show you as we go a little bit later. Other than that, very nice layout, plenty of space, wireless charging. I like the steering wheel. It has super nice size and design, flat, and also it's kind of unique. And I like it. Plus physical button here on the side. You can adjust it manually, down, up, forward, backward, simple as that. And of course behind here you can also customize the cockpit, where you can see what happened with the energy in real time. Right here you can see a nice graphic. I will show you. Here in the middle you can see the speed signs limit, and then you can see in the middle the autopilot when it's activated, and here on the side you can see the speed, the range, and so on. And you can also configure it and change the RPMs and change to see the consumption. And by the way, we will reset the consumption on 2. Number 2, keep in mind number 2 will be resetted. And then if you go forward on number 1 or E, here it shows you how many kilometers you drive in electric mode and how much gas you save, which is super cool, and we will see that in the end. And here are some information about the navigation. Sadly we cannot see the full navigation on the screen, but that's it. It is what it is. Now here, the screen, I talk about the screen. I don't want to go into many detail, but I talk about the screen in the review video. Definitely check out the review video to get more information there. I'm putting in drive right now, and we are in eco mode. We will drive first in eco mode, and as long as we have enough battery, from time to time the car will definitely drive in electric mode. Like now, look at this. Right now we are driving in electric mode. It's just, you can see also right there the battery is getting empty, but right now we are in electric mode. This is the crazy thing, that mild hybrid system these days, and this one from Stellantis. So Stellantis was between the first to bring this mild hybrid plus system on the cars, which is impressive. It's really good. It's a really good system because you can also drive in electric mode. That's the big advantage. It's not like only helping the petrol engine, but it's also able to drive in electric mode, as long as it has battery, of course, but the car will choose for you automatically depending on the conditions. Other than that, it runs really smooth. By the way, the seats quality and the comfort, it's very good because there are AGR approved seats. AGR approved seats. It's Action Gesund Rücken. It's an let's say organization, back doctors organization that approve those seats for pain and for long distances, and they are incredible good, incredible comfortable seats. Very good visibility outside, big windows. The A pillar is quite straight, so you have a very good visibility. Nothing to complain about the visibility. It's just perfect. Also, you have a tall driving position, good grip and position on the steering wheel. I like those screens. You see this new layout of screen. This multimedia screen is not squarish or tall. It's kind of long and it goes directly on the dash, so somehow you have this visibility here and you have extremely good visibility outside, and I like that. This layout allow you to have great visibility on the windshield, so this is very important, and for me I think it's a big plus. I like also that we have here kind of physical button for climatic system, easy to adjust, easy to set up the settings. Even here changing the driving mode, it's very easy, and going in different settings, it's extremely easy, and I like that. This is how it's supposed to be. So ergonomy inside the car, it's very good. This is a big plus from my point of view. Other than that, you see now the engine, it's off completely, and this is great because you have the possibility, look at this, even if I go a little bit in the front, you see it's great because the engine is off, so you have this advantage of driving also in electric mode and having a mild hybrid. It has a small battery, pretty light, and also small electric motor, and allow you to do those things in the city. It's extremely good also for environment, for people around, but also for you, as because you save a lot of energy. You don't have to have the engine running. So from me, it's pretty good. Another thing that people complain about this car, stay on your side. Another thing that people kind of complain, they say like, okay, it's a small engine, 1.2 liter 3 cylinders, but it's not like that, because you have also the electric motor which help the petrol engine. And when you're driving, you will understand, because the car, it feels much quicker, much more responsive than you will have a normal 1.2 liter 3 cylinder. And the way they configure it, it's really good. I mean, you don't feel like you have underpower, it's underpower, something like that. It feels like it has more than enough power. Of course, when you drive super fast, when you go uphill, when you have 5 people and a lot of stuff in the car, probably you will feel like the engine is not as powerful as yeah, it should. But most of the time, for the 90% of the driving, it's more than enough, trust me. Maybe 80-90% of the time it's more than enough. Now, depending where you're driving, but you can also orientate to the plug-in hybrid system, which have a 1.6 liter 4 cylinders, much more powerful, much more power. So yeah, depend what you need. If you don't need it, why would you get it? Because this is lighter, it uses less energy, and it's also cheaper, right? So yeah, depending also on the personal needs, right? So now, going in roundabout, by the way, the turning circle, it's very good. You can go very easy around the corners, you can go very easy in the city. So from this point of view, it's extremely pleasant. Other than that, we can activate the autopilot from here, simple as that. You can set the speed, and then the car can keep the distance, keep the speed. Also, it comes with lane warning, so if you go outside the lanes, it will keep you back and warn you. But sadly, on the car that I have with me, I don't have the option with the lane keeping assist. You have to get the Tech GS pack. It's a 1,500 euro, where you get autopilot, 360 degrees cameras. You get also, I don't remember exactly all the features, but you get blind spot technology, which I don't have here. So I definitely recommend you, if you buy this Grandland, definitely get the pack with autopilot and 360 degrees camera, because it's not so expensive. I mean, 1,200 is not that much. And then you can activate this. Right now on this standard, it comes with adaptive cruise control. Right now it didn't keep between the lanes, but it kept the distance. It's braking if a car in front it is, and then it's brake, it's accelerate, it keep the distance. So it has adaptive cruise control, but it doesn't have lane keeping assist, and it doesn't have the blind spot view monitoring. So you see, you don't have any light there. So regarding that, yeah, this is something that I would recommend you to go for that pack. Extra pack with the extra features. Now, depending in which country you are in, maybe in your country it comes standard with, yeah, because it's not always the same trim levels in every country, so you have to check for yourself. But now, guys, look at this. Running the car at 112 km/h, it's extremely silent, it's very comfortable, and it's a very good cruiser, because you have also bigger car, longer wheelbase. If you already own a previous Grandland and you will come to this car, you will see that it is a pretty big difference. It's a big step forward, so they make a great improvement. And it's not like iPhones, where from year to year is basically the same iPhone, maybe a little bit change in camera. This time, this is a big improvement from the previous version, and that's very good. And look at this, we have almost 120 km/h, and the car sits perfectly. It has more than enough power. And right now, keep in mind, we are in eco mode, and look at this, 120, no problem. It sits very well. I feel like the car have very good stability, even though it has only 1,500 and something kilograms, not that heavy, but it sits so well on the ground. Mostly because of the wheelbase is quite long, and it's great. And also the width of the car, it's pretty good, and it has such a good stability. I mean, the balance of the car, it's super good. Look at this, not too much noise, man, and the car doesn't come with double glass, and I'm surprised to see that it doesn't have too much noise. You can hear too much noise from outside, which is quite impressive. Look at this, you can see the graphic there, you can see on the graphic what happened with the energy, and right now when you release the acceleration pedal, the car will use the regenerative brake like a brake, not that powerful, not super powerful, but you can see right now we charge back the battery. I just released the acceleration. We still have to use the brake because it's not as powerful as on the electric version, but right now you can see with green, when the car is recuperated and it's fully charged back the battery. Also, what I notice regarding the suspensions is the fact that the suspension are set up a little bit stiffer. They are set up to be a little bit stiffer to give you good stability in corners, so the car doesn't feel like a boat. That I was surprised, because I was expecting the beginning, I was expecting to have kind of a boaty feeling and comfortable car, but not. They kind of set up the car in order to be much more stiffer on the suspension and have a better stability. That's why you have better stability at high speed, good stability on the curves, so it's a good setup. You don't have super comfortable suspensions. They are comfortable, but they are not super comfortable. You will feel that over big bumps. Plus it has this torsion beam on the rear. It doesn't have multi-link, but the electric version have multi-link on the rear, so it has better suspension on the rear. And they choose to do it like that, and I think they did a great job, because the suspension comfort is more than enough the way it is, but in the same time you have good stability in curves and at high speed, so I think they choose right. Now here you can also set up the cruise control. You can see, you can adjust it from here, and the car, you have this adaptive cruise control which accelerate, brake, keep the distance, but you have to keep the steering, because I don't have that option. You can get it as an option, but if you don't have it, you have to keep the steering wheel, so it's pretty fine, and then press the brake and you deactivate it. Yeah, I think yeah, I don't want to forget to tell you something about the car. Now the climatic system, by the way, it's off, but we can turn it on 19 degrees outside. It's perfect. Let's go in sport mode. Now we put it in sport mode. Immediately you put it in sport mode, the acceleration become much more responsive. That's great, and the steering wheel become a little bit more stiffer than in eco and comfort mode, but the acceleration and the engine will stay at higher RPMs, and it's much more responsive. You can definitely feel in the pedal immediately. Look at this. It's for such a big car, I'm so impressed how good it stays. It doesn't feel like a boat. That's what it's important for me. It feels pretty planted on the ground, and I like that. It's good setup. We will talk a little bit later also about the suspensions, but overall it's pretty good setup. It's much more responsive now in sport mode. Look at this in curves. It sits pretty well in curves because it is set up a little bit more stiffer. Now regarding the acceleration, look at this. Acceleration is quite linear, quite smooth. It's not a crazy car regarding the acceleration and sportivity, but I think it's more than enough for a person that drive normal, simple. I don't think you need more than that. And regarding the stability, I told you before, even if you drive 130, it sits really well on the ground. Even at high speed, it stays so good. Plus, I'm impressed with the sound insulation. When I saw first it doesn't have double glass, I was worried a little bit, but now look at this. I mean, the sound insulation, it's pretty good. It's quite good, and also good stability at high speeds. I like it. I really like it. I really feel like it's doing a great job. Now again, if you want to pass other cars, you can do that. It's not in a quick, fast way, but it's more than enough. I think it's more than enough to go around. So let's go in normal mode. Normal, it's like comfort. Now the steering, it's much softer, not much, but it's softer, and also the acceleration, it's kind of in between. But now the car, you can see it's rolling also in electric mode. So when you're cruising on the highway up to 135 km/h, it's able to roll in electric mode, only in electric mode, or to run for certain distance in electric mode. Right now you can see it's recuperating, and now it's just on electric mode right now in this second. I don't know if you can see the graphic right there, but yeah, it's pretty smart. We will go out here, go in the city a little bit, and I'm also really curious about the consumption. Usually Stellantis group cars have a good consumption in the end, so I'm really curious to see here as well. Here, if you anticipate well the traffic, you can also don't use the brake, because the car is recuperating the energy right now. Don't even need to use the brake, only in the final you will use the brake. The only thing is that I wish to have an auto hold function. You can go around auto hold, and I will show you now in the city where we have some crowded place here. I will show you how it works and how you can go around auto hold. But yeah, sadly it doesn't have auto hold. I'm not sure what's the reason why they didn't an auto hold. It's not a big deal, but it is something that will make your life easy in certain conditions. And I will try to show you that how you can get around, but we have to wait a little bit until some intersections or some stops. Yeah, and as I said, around and the roundabout, it goes super easy around. Let me put it in echo pack. So it's quite pleasant to drive. Here over the bumps, you will notice small to medium bumps is doing fine, but it's a little bit stiffer. Like they kind of set up on purpose to be a little bit stiffer, so it's like probably 35% to sportivity, and you feel that, but it's a good thing. Because yeah, as I said, you have plus and minuses, but from my point of view, the way they set it up, I think they did really good. So yeah, but other than that, very nice to drive, very smooth, very pleasant. And right now you can see we drive in electric mode. We have enough battery, and right now we are driving only in electric. We recuperate some energy, but look at this, how smooth, how pleasant it is with a mild hybrid driving in electric mode. So as I said, it's a mild hybrid, plus it's a different type of mild hybrid. Now the petrol engine kick in, and the transition between the petrol engine and electric motor seems to be very smooth. And the gearbox, it's nice. Look at this, over this speed bump here, which is a little bit bigger, you will kind of feel a little bit stiffer in the suspension, but it's stiffer because they kind of set it up on purpose like that. But the quality of the suspension are quite good. Now here, probably I can show you, it's a little bit of traffic. Check this out. If you want to use auto hold and you don't have it, you have this pause button, pause and play. You press this pause button, and right now you can see the auto hold, it's engaged. And then you don't have to keep the foot on your brake. This is a trick that you can use, activating this kind of cruise control. And then once you drive, you press one more time and it's disengaging, right? But also when you press it, it's engaged the cruise control, and then press one more time and you disengage it. And just like that, you use it's kind of a manual auto hold, if that will make sense. It's fine. I mean, you can get used super fast with it. It's not big deal, but it's something that you should be aware of. Another thing that I like very much is the navigation system, which is very good. I find it very responsive and very smart and very clear in showing you where you should go. Physical buttons here. Now the climatic system, it's on. You can also turn it off very easy. You have different driving modes. Everything is placed where it should be placed, so that's something that I like. and also the driving position, everything seems to be quite good. What I want to show you now, let me press this button to see the consumption. So you can see right now we drive 2.8 kilometer only in electric mode. You see that? It shows you on the screen. And we drive 15 kilometers. 15 kilometers on the highway, and now a little bit in the city we drive like 2.8 kilometer in electric mode. Now regarding that, Opel claimed that in the city, like in these kind of conditions or smaller speeds up to 50 km per hour in traffic and so on, Opel claimed that 50% of the time you can drive only in electric mode. And I tested yesterday. I drive in the city. I crossed the city in the traffic, and indeed was around 50%. But now, because we were on the highway, we don't have 50%. We have maybe 10-20%, 2.8 kilometer from 15. So yeah, you will see that now it will grow a little bit as we go and drive around here, because around here, guys, it's just in electric mode. Right now we are staying in electric mode. This is fantastic. This is a great help, because not only that we reduce the emissions around here, we don't pollute, but also we are saving a lot of energy and a lot of gas, right? A lot of money driving like that. So now it depends also what you need for yourself, what kind of yeah, but I think it's great that they improve those mild hybrid system. They came to a point where those systems are extremely smart. Here you have a big place, you can charge your phone wireless around there, plenty of space. The seats are extremely comfortable. You have side support up here, side support, and also the way they design it down here, it's very smart because they have a hole in the middle. I talk about that in the review video. Definitely check it out to get more information. It has a hole here that allow your spine and the bone from the spine, right, to sit really relax, even at long trips, short trips, straight back. It's very smart. Another thing that I like, it's when you're driving the car, you see the bonnet, you see that bonnet mountain in the middle or curve in the middle. It looks so cool, it looks so powerful, like a muscle car. It looks really nice. So from my point of view, it's a pleasant, lovely car, and for 33,000, man, I mean, it's all you need here. It's more than enough. 33,000 for 2025 with all the inflation and the problem and the price going skyrocket everywhere in the world. I think it's a pretty good price buying a new car. And it's also very attractive, very beautiful. Much more beautiful than the previous version. It's up to date and it's much more beautiful than many other cars, to be honest. And it's also built in Germany. It's a German car, right? I don't know, what I recommend you is just go and test drive it and see if you like it, because I think it's a great family car. And by the way, you have also Isofix for child here in the front. You can install free child seats in the car. About that I talk in the review video. You can check out that video, because there I go in all the detail of the car, so you find out everything. And I talk also about the options which I recommend and which not. So definitely check out that video, will be really interesting. Right now on the graphic it's showing me that I have less than half battery, but right now we are driving only in electric mode. Here it's quite traffic, but it's good. The traffic is good because in this way we can test a little bit better the consumption. Thank you guys. Look at this, even this button, it's super well placed right here in a perfect place, and it's physical button, so you can activate it super easy when you need it. Going around here in the roundabout, it's so easy. I don't even need to try too hard. And by the way, the steering wheel, it's very stiff, it's very soft assisted, and I like that. It's easy to go around the corners, it's easy to drive it. Even though it's a mid-size SUV, it's easy to drive, easy to go in the corners, pleasant to drive. Just in case you're curious, we have 6.3 liter consumption until now, which is pretty good, and we will see with this traffic where it will go with the city driving. And we have 3.2 kilometer in electric mode. I told you, in this moment it will grow more and more. Now again, we are in electric mode, just electric driving at slow speeds like that. Now you hear the engine kick in. Oh, when it's so silent, you definitely hear the engine sometimes when it's kicking, but if you listen music, you probably won't notice. Probably you feel a little bit of vibrations, but nothing strong. It's just something very, very subtle. Thank you, my friend. Let's go back on the lane. Yeah, I definitely like the car. I didn't expect to be that good in the beginning, and I saw the car first, and I really enjoyed the new design language that Opel bring to their cars. I think it's a nice design language. I think Opel come really hard from behind, right? So I think in the next years, Opel will be again as powerful as it was once. So yeah, I definitely enjoy the new design language, and I like also the other models from Opel, the new other models which they bring on the market. I think they look really good. Also, the gear shifter is changing pretty smooth and nice, pretty pleasant. Now again, recuperate, we have almost a full battery right now, which we can use back on our track. So you see 3.9 kilometer only in electric. In the city you drive more in electric mode, as they said, and we have 6.4 liter consumption. For me, I think it's a good consumption. We drive fast on the highway, we drive in the city. It's a nice mix. So yeah, from my point of view, pretty good numbers. And then again, here we are in electric mode. As long as you don't press the acceleration very hard and you try to push it harder, you have more than enough energy to drive only in electric mode. And we have almost a full battery right now. We still have 620 kilometer range, which is impressive. I get the car yesterday morning and I drive a lot, and I still have 620 kilometers. It's impressive how good, and I mean, I'm pretty impressed on the autonomy. 55 liter tank. It's really good, really good. Climatic system, it's on 18 degrees, so the air will float around here. It's pretty nice. Oh, people pass on red in a 100 kilometer way in the city. It's normal, something normal. I mean, why it shouldn't be normal? Today, when everybody do what they want in the world, right? good. So we drive just a little bit and then we will wrap up this video, end up and see what kind of numbers we can get. But in general, I told you it's pleasant. I hope I cover everything. I hope you understand something from what I told you and the informations, and yeah, I think it's a pretty good car. It's a pretty good car which you should take into consideration. Right now you see, anticipate what happened ahead. The car will recuperate energy, so it's also pretty powerful, the recuperation for a mild hybrid, which is good because you can also use and drive kind of one pedal drive almost. Yeah, it's not as powerful, but it's pretty good. Let's find a place to park around here and then see the consumption and talk a little bit, and then we will end up the video. So let's park it here, put it in reverse. Very simple. I really like this shift-by-wire transmission. It's so easy. I'm happy that we don't have any more those big sticks here. You can see we have only reverse camera. If you get that package, extra package, you get 360 degrees camera. But even with a reverse camera, I think it's more than enough. It's more than enough for what you need. And you can see you park very easy. You have parking sensors, you have those lanes that help you guide you park. It's so easy. It's very, very easy. I don't think you need more than what this car already have. So extra, it's always nice, right? But yeah, if you are on the budget, I think it's also more than enough. Let's see the consumption. If we go, you see 6.3 liter, 18 kilometers, pretty good. And then we have 4.3 kilometer only in electric mode driving, and from my point of view I think it's really good. They claim 5.5 liter in perfect conditions, and you see we have traffic, we have highway, we drive quite fast. I think if you drive like in perfect conditions, you can get under 5.5 liter for a big SUV like that. Super good. So that was the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you get some useful information from here. I recommend you to go and test drive it, at least if you are on the search for a family car, because you might like this car. Plus it's very attractive, it's very nice as a design. And this copper impact color from outside, it's free, so you don't have to pay extra, and it looks really good with the car. Anyway, that was the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get some useful information from here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. All the technical data will be in the description of the video. Also, if you want to see the full review, I have a separate video, a few series video with it, also in the nighttime. Definitely check out those videos, because you might find it interesting. So that was the video. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I see you soon in the next one. Bye, guys.